Hello students. In this lecture we will discuss about pancreas and adrenal glands, their secretions and functions. At first, pancreas. Pancreas is considered as a mixed gland or heterocrine gland. It is located near the duodenum, behind the stomach. Here this one, which is a leaf-like structure, is pancreas, and here it is bile duct, or you can say common bile duct. It is connected with gallbladder as well as liver. This is the opening of common hepatopancreatic duct, which pours secretions from liver as well as pancreas in the duodenum, which helps in digestion. Again, there are a number of cells which are also known as islets of Langerhans are scattered in the entire pancreas. So at first, pancreas is considered as mixed gland. It is considered as mixed gland as duct gland. It secretes pancreatic juice which helps in digestion. So it is a type of digestive enzyme and helps in digestion. And secondly, it is a ductless gland and it secretes three different types of hormones. So hormones are secreted from the islets of Langerhans. Islet of Langerhans is a collective form of three different types of cells, which are glandular cells, and these are located in the entire part of pancreas. These are number 1, alpha cells, number 2, beta cells, and number 3, delta cells. So these three different types of cells are present in the pancreas, which are endocrine part of the pancreas. Here these three cells secrete three different types of hormones. Here alpha cells, glucagon, beta cells secrete insulin, and delta cells secrete somatostatin. So these three hormones are secreted from the endocrine part of pancreas. Now we will discuss about three different types of hormones, their functions. So first of all, insulin. Insulin is secreted from beta cells of pancreas. Now, insulin, functions of insulin, chemical nature of insulin. Chemical nature. It is a type of, insulin is a type of peptide hormone. It is water soluble. Functions of insulin. Insulin checks blood sugar level. It checks blood sugar level in two ways. Number one, it stimulates body cells to utilize glucose, and number two, it stimulates liver and muscle cells to convert glucose into glycogen, which is stored in the liver and muscle cells. So in this way, insulin checks blood sugar level by performing two activities. It stimulates body cells to utilize glucose, and number two, it stimulates liver and muscle cells to convert excess glucose into glycogen. We cannot say insulin converts glucose into glycogen, but we can say insulin stimulates body cells to utilize glucose, as well as it stimulates liver and muscle cells to convert excess glucose into glycogen, which is stored in the liver and muscle cells. Now, hypersecretion and hyposecretion of insulin may cause diseases, and these are here: hyposecretion of insulin. Hyposecretion of insulin causes diabetes mellitus. It is also known as sugar diabetes. So sugar diabetes or diabetes mellitus is caused due to hyposecretion of insulin. The symptoms are: number one, hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia means high blood sugar level. High blood sugar level. So it causes hyperglycemia. It is the condition in which blood sugar level is increased in the patient. Number two, body weight loss. So loss in body weight. Number three, the person feels thirsty. And number four, urine is loaded with glucose or sugar. So these are the major symptoms of diabetes mellitus. Number one, hyperglycemia means high blood sugar level. Number two, loss in body weight, because glucose is excreted with the urine, so the body does not get sufficient amount of energy for its development, and that's why loss in body weight takes place. The person feels thirsty because urination, frequent urination, and urine is loaded with glucose or sugar. So these are the four important symptoms of diabetes mellitus. Hypersecretion of insulin may cause a state of coma. Hypersecretion of insulin, it causes number 1 hypoglycemia, and due to hypoglycemia the person can undergo in a state of coma. Number B, he or she can be unconscious. Sometimes insulin shock may cause due to hypersecretion of insulin or overdose of insulin. Overdose of insulin. So in this condition, the person undergoes into a state of coma or becomes unconscious. Sometimes the person becomes blind. Diabetes. Number 1, types of diabetes here. Diabetes mellitus, and number 2, diabetes insipidus. As you know, it is known as sugar diabetes. And the major symptoms of diabetes mellitus are number 1, hyperglycemia, number 2, loss in body weight, number 3, the person feels thirsty, and number 4, urine is loaded with sugar or glucose. Now, the second type of diabetes is known as diabetes insipidus, and it is known as water diabetes. The symptoms are number 1, hypoglycemia or low blood sugar level. Number 2, frequent urination, and number 3, person becomes weaker and weaker. So these 3 are the important symptoms of diabetes insipidus. It is caused due to deficiency of ADH or some oversecretion of insulin. Oversecretion of insulin. So these are the 2 different types of diabetes, diabetes mellitus and diabetes insipidus. Diabetes mellitus is known as sugar diabetes and diabetes insipidus is known as water diabetes. Symptoms of diabetes insipidus is hypoglycemia, frequent urination, person becomes weaker and weaker, and it is caused due to deficiency of ADH, antidiuretic hormone, or oversecretion of insulin. Glucagon. So glucagon is secreted by it is secreted by alpha cells of pancreas. Alpha cells of pancreas. Now, what is the function of glucagon? Glucagon helps in increasing blood sugar level, increases blood sugar level. Here it stimulates liver cells and muscle cells for the conversion of glycogen into glucose. So conversion of glycogen into glucose is stimulated by glucagon in the liver and muscle cells. So liver and muscle cells converts glycogen into glucose in the presence of glucagon, and it is the function of glucagon. Now the third type of hormone, which is known as somatostatin. Somatostatin is secreted by delta cells of pancreas, and it helps in inhibits secretions of insulin and glucagon. So the secretion of insulin and glucagon can be maintained by the presence of somatostatin, which is secreted from delta cells of pancreas, and it inhibits secretions of insulin and glucagon.